In the 1920s, fast food became a staple of the American diet after White Castle opened its doors in Wichita, Kansas. The company quickly began to expand into surrounding states, including Minnesota, so that within a few years, the hamburger had found its way into virtually every big city and many rural communities as well. The White Castle name became almost synonymous with the hamburger, so that across the country, new chains embraced the word. Imitators included the White Tower, White Palace, White House, White Tavern, White Hut, White Shop, White Fortress, White Spot, and the White Mill. The word suggested cleanliness. As Billy Ingram, the founder of White Castle, said, "When the word hamburger is mentioned, one immediately thinks of the circus, or a dingy, dirty hole in the wall, down in the lower districts of the city. The day of the dirty, greasy hamburger is past, for a new system has arisen, the White Castle system." In 1931, Keith Tanner opened the Black and White restaurant in Little Falls. If the name was not enough to evoke the hamburger, Tanner also took the classic look as well, using white glazed brick. Hamburgers sold here for 5 cents and were served on wax paper or a napkin, but never on a plate. One could get mustard, pickles, and fried onions, but no ketchup, and baked beans were served in little crocks. The Black and White was open 24 hours a day, and it originally had 8 counter stools, but as business increased, 6 more stools were added to an additional counter by the window. To entice people in the door, there were 3 slot machines in the windows in those early years. The south section of what is now the Black and White was built in 1898 and used as a hardware store and a grocery for many years. In 1930, Julius Jetka purchased the building from the North American Grocery Company and created a cigar store, a news depot, and a hardware store on the first floor, as well as a 4-alley bowling court in the basement. In 1992, the Black and White was combined with the vacant Jetka hardware store, expanding the diner into a more spacious restaurant.